Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss very important current affairs issues which were in news in the week starting from 2nd of February. Right? So in this particular video, we are going to discuss the current affairs through the help of some questions. We'll be covering five major topics of the week. So starting from the first topic it is about Panama Canal. It is about Panama Canal. You all might have read that the president of USA, Donald Trump, he has warned to Panama, the country Panama, that USA might again take control over Panama Canal. So this Panama Canal, it is very significant. Reason being, it connects two major oceans of the world, same as Suez Canal. Same as Suez Canal, the Panama Canal, it is also one of the very important artificial canal constructed, right? We are going to discuss about Panama Canal and the three statements on Panama Canal. We'll be seeing how many of them are correct. So you see, first let's discuss what is Panama Canal, where it is located. So this is the map of American continents. So this is North America, this is South America, right? And hence you must be knowing towards east of these two continents it is now Atlantic Ocean, and towards west of these two continents it is Pacific Oceans, right? The ocean. So towards east Atlantic Ocean, towards west it is Pacific Ocean. Now these two oceans, right, they, if let's say earlier when Panama Canal was not there, this used to be the route to trade between two cities or two coast of USA itself. So if you have to trade from west coast of USA to east coast of USA, you have to take this route, right? Which used to be very long route, right? And hence this very narrow land mass, can you see it here, right? It is in the country of Panama, right? Here an artificial canal was constructed, which has shortened the distance between Pacific Ocean to the west and Atlantic Ocean to the east, right? So first of all, the location of Panama Canal, it is located in the country Panama. Where is Panama? It is at the border or at the junction of North America and South America here, right? This country is Panama, right? So now let's see what are the questions about the statements about it. Statement 1 says it connects Atlantic Ocean with the Pacific Ocean, and hence, as we have just now seen, that towards east of these two continents it is Atlantic Ocean, towards west it is Pacific Ocean, and hence statement 1 is correct. Statement 2 says the canal significantly reduces travel distance between east and west coast of United States. That also we have seen that when canal was not there, this long route had to be taken for trading purpose between east coast and west coast. And the third statement says it was originally built by United Nations and opened in 1914. This statement is incorrect. The canal, it was originally constructed by USA, not UN. It was constructed by USA, and later on in the second half of 20th century, it was given to Panama by USA. Right. So that's what USA says that we will again take the control over Panama Canal. So statement 3 is incorrect, and hence answer would be option A, right? 1 and 2. So I hope Panama Canal, its location, its significance is clear to you all. Moving forward to the next question, it is about Article 200 of the Indian Constitution. So recently you might have read that in Supreme Court a case is going on where the state of Tamil Nadu has gone against its own governor. That governor is misusing his or her power under Article 200 of the Constitution. What does Article 200 says? So Article 200 says when a bill is passed by assembly, state assembly, then that bill has to be sent to governor of that particular state, and then in that case governor has three options. First one is governor can give assent to the bill. Secondly, governor can withhold that bill, right? And then governor, with giving reasons for withholding, can return the bill back to the state assembly, and third is governor can reserve the bill for consideration of president. So when a bill is passed by the state legislative assembly, for 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 the bill to become act, the bill should first be getting assent of governor, and hence the bill is sent to the governor. But under article 200, governor has three options with that bill. Firstly, governor can give assent to the bill. Secondly, governor can withhold the bill and send the bill back to state assembly for its reconsideration. And third is governor can reserve the bill for the consideration of president of India. So what has happened in Tamil Nadu is, on few of the bills, governor has withhold them, and governor has not even sent those bill back to the state assembly, citing the reservations which governor has. And governor, because the thing here is, under article 200, no time limit has been prescribed. No time limit has been prescribed when governor has to give assent, or for what time governor can keep a bill without giving assent, right? And hence state of Tamil Nadu has approached to Supreme Court of India. Now let's see what are the three statements here, then we'll discuss the see what is the correct answer. Statement 1 says the governor of a state has the power to grant assent, withhold assent, or reserve a bill for the consideration of president. So this we have seen that power is given under article 200 only. So statement 1 is correct. Secondly, the statement 2 says the governor can send a bill back to state legislature for reconsideration except for a money bill. This statement is also true, that governor can withhold a bill and send it back to state assembly for reconsideration, but governor cannot withhold a money bill. Reason being, money bill can be introduced in the state assembly only with the assent of or prior recommendation of governor. So a bill, or a bill which has already been given recommendation by governor, such a bill cannot be later on, or the assent to such a bill cannot be stopped by governor. So exception, or in exception to money bill, all the bills which are passed by state assembly, governor has the power to send it back to for reconsideration. The statement 3 says the president can directly reject a state bill without consulting the governor. This statement, I'll say it is incorrect. Reason being, a bill reaches to president only via governor, right? A bill passed by state assembly directly does not go to president of India. It goes to governor only when governor has some objection and he or she feels the need for president to have a look into it. Along with the objections, the governor only will be sending the bill to the president. President cannot reject a bill without taking governor into loop, right? So without governor, the bill will not be even reaching to president. So statement 3 will be incorrect, and hence answer would again be option A. Moving forward to the next question, it is about G20. Now, why are we discussing G20? So you must have seen that this year G20 summit, it is to be hosted by South Africa. This part I guess you have read about it, that South Africa is going to be the host of G20 summit in 2025. President Trump has said that USA will not participate in this year's G20 summit, which is happening in South Africa, because of multiple reasons or multiple geopolitical reasons. President Trump's team does not want to go to South Africa, and hence G20 is in news. USA has said that they will not participate in G20 summit this year. Coming to the statements given about G20 here. So statement 1 says the G20 was established. We have to find the incorrect statement, not correct, right? So statement 1 says the G20, it was established in the year 1999 in response to Asian financial crisis. This statement is correct. In late 1990s or in 1990s, there was a major crisis in East Asia, Southeast Asian economies. In response to that crisis, G20 was created. If you know, initially in G20, only finance minister and governors of central bank used to meet. Summit level meeting for G20 started happening later because initially G20 was created as a response to financial crisis of Asia or Asian financial crisis. Statement 2 or option B says the G20 consists of both developed and developing countries. This statement is again true. Reason being, we have countries like USA here, Canada here in G20. We have also have countries like India. India right now is not a developed country, and if you know, in 2023 it was India who hosted G20 summit, right? So if you know at least this much that in G20 India is also there, USA is also there, and hence both developed as well as developing countries are there. Nextly, you should be knowing that in G20 we were having 19 countries and European Union earlier. In 2023, when India was the president of G20, India recommended for African Union, African Union also to become a permanent member of G20. And hence, in 2024, when the summit was hosted by Brazil, officially African Union joined this summit as a full-time member, right? So now if you see G20 has 21 members, 19 countries, one EU and another is African Union. So reading the third statement, the European Union is a member of G20. Yes, again, obviously it is a correct statement. G20 in G20, they're not just countries. There are some unions as well. There is one European Union, another is African Union. And lastly, G20 operates under a permanent secretariat headquartered in Washington, D.C. This statement is incorrect. Reason being, G20 does not has a secretariat, permanent secretariat itself. Every year, the chair of G20 rotates among the member nations. Right. So in 2023, India was in the chairperson of G20. In 2024, it was passed on to Brazil. Now it has been passed on to South Africa, right? So G20 group, unlike organizations like UN, it does not has a permanent secretariat. So statement D is incorrect, and hence answer would be option D. Moving forward to the next question, it is about repo rate, changes in repo rate. Again, this question you might have read, this topic you might have read, that RBI on 6th of February or 7th of February, RBI has reduced repo rate by 25 basis point after a long gap of 5 years. Meaning, in the last 5 years, for the first time, RBI has reduced repo rate, and hence it is a significant move by RBI. Basically, what RBI is trying to do is RBI is trying to infuse liquidity into the economy. We have seen in the last video one another tool which RBI is using in order to infuse liquidity is OMO, Open Marketing Operation. Today we are going to discuss about repo rate. Both of these are quantitative tools available with RBI in order to I'll say regulate the liquidity in the economy. So RBI has reduced repo rate by 25 basis point. By 25 basis point. So let's see what these statements are saying. Statement 1 says if RBI increases the repo rate, banks may increase interest rate on loans and deposit. So what is repo rate first? Repo rate is the interest rate which RBI charges from banks when they take loan from RBI for short term period. Right? If banks they have shortage of liquidity, they can take loan from RBI. When they take loan from RBI for a short period, the interest which banks have to give to RBI, that interest rate is called as repo rate, right? So if RBI increases repo rate, what does it mean? That for banks to take loan from RBI has become expensive, and hence the money available with banks will come down, and hence the money available in the economy will also be reduced, right? So when RBI has to suck money out of the economy, what RBI will be doing? RBI will increase the repo rate. When RBI has to infuse more money into the economy, RBI will reduce the repo rate. So statement 1, it is correct that when RBI increases repo rate, the loan for banks becomes expensive, and hence banks also start charging higher interest rate on their loans. Statement 2 is a higher repo rate can help control inflation by reducing money supply in the economy. This thing again just now we have discussed, that if repo rate is high, the money available in the economy comes down. When money is less, inflation also comes down. Statement 3 says a lower repo rate can lead to high economic growth by making borrowing cheaper. So this statement again, it is correct. If RBI is lowering repo rate, basically they are infusing more liquidity into the economy. They are giving more money in the hands of people. When people have more money, they buy more, and hence consumption expenditure in the economy, it increases. When consumption increases, demand increases, and when demand increases, GDP also grows. So lower repo rate, it is desired. Lower repo rate is desired for high economic growth, but because of low repo rate, what also happens is it leads to increase in inflation, right? So RBI has to maintain a fair balance or a fine balance between inflation and growth, right? The statement 3 also here is correct, and hence all 1, 2, 3 will be the correct answer. And the last question of this video is about belt and road initiative. Belt and road initiative. This topic again, BRI, it was in news in the same context of Panama. President Trump has said if Panama does not cooperate with USA, right? How? Because Panama has become a member of BRI, right? And in the proximity or in the proximity of USA, right, the influence of China is increasing. So USA said if Panama does not cooperate with USA will take over Panama Canal, and hence what has happened is Panama very recently it has come out of BRI. So Panama has earlier joined Belt and Road Initiative, but now they have come out of BRI. So let's see what is BRI. So BRI basically it is an initiative. Full form is Belt and Road Initiative. It is an initiative started by China. It is initiative started by China, where what they are trying to do is they are trying to develop a network of infrastructure both over land as well as over sea. Over land in terms of, let's say, roadways, railways, then power infrastructure, and so on seas as well, on seas as well, by constructing ports, right? So China, it is investing in the economies of other countries in order to develop infrastructure, right? So this is BRI. Now we'll see the statements regarding BRI. Statement 1, they are again asking about the incorrect statement, not correct. Statement 1 is the BRI was officially launched in 2013 by China. That statement is correct. It was launched by China, and it was launched in 2013 only by the current president of China, Xi Jinping. Statement 2 says the China-Pakistan economic corridor, it is a key part of BRI. That statement is also absolutely correct. Reason being, one of the project under BRI is China-Pakistan economic corridor. This corridor, it starts from Xinjiang province of China here and ends at Gwadar port here in Indian Ocean in Pakistan, right? The thing is, this project CPEC, it passes through POK. This area, this passes through POK, which India says is integral part of India. And because the project was envisaged by China, or the construction started without taking India's permission or without keeping India into loop, India says India will not join BRI because it has violated India's sovereignty. The project, it passes through POK, which is integral part of India. So and hence statement 2, it is correct that CPEC is a key part of BRI. Statement C says, option C says all countries in the European Union are part of BRI. This statement is incorrect. Reason being, Many countries of Europe are part of BRI, but few are not. Especially the countries of Europe which are also part of G7, for example, Britain. Britain is not part of European Union, but it is part of Europe. Italy. Thing with Italy is Italy had joined BRI earlier, but in 2023, in the end of 2023, Italy has formally announced to leave BRI. Then Germany, France, all these countries, they are part of G7. They all are from Europe. They all are part of G7. None of them are right now member of BRI. So statement 3 is incorrect. Now let's see statement D. The BRI aims to promote trade and investment through infrastructure project. So that is the objective of BRI. That it will be helping in developing infrastructure so that trade as well as investment, so through infrastructure, development of infrastructure, they are investing in the other economies, and this infrastructure only will be used for enhancing trade. So statement D is correct. Statement C will be the correct answer. I hope this topic is clear, that what is BRI, when was started, which is the country behind it, why India refuses to join it, right? And why it was in news recently, because Panama has left BRI. So what we have tried to do through this video is we have tried to cover 5 topics which were in news, which were in current, which are relevant from the point of view of current affairs for any competitive exam, including UPSC, in the week starting from 2nd of February. Right. So in this week, these were the topics which are very much in news. So I hope this video helps you in your preparation. Thank you so much.